Happy Monday, everyone. We are back, guys. It's a brand new week of your life. How are you guys feeling today? Hopefully you guys are excited about this week. Hopefully you guys are focused and you've planned out this week when you're going to do the inner and the outer work, the meditation, the affirmations, the visualizing, the reading, the gym, eating healthy. Hopefully, again, it's progress over perfection, but hopefully you have something planned out this week. Because whatever you do this week, even if it's just a little step of making progress towards your goal or your dream, a little turns into a lot with compound interest. So hopefully you guys have this planned out. Listen, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to do nothing. You're planning to fail. So hopefully you have a plan, a schedule. Okay, so I have on Friday at noon, I'm gonna do some reading. I'm gonna try to do some visualizing. Great. I made this podcast not just so people can come here and get a quick shot of motivational cappuccino, a motivational latte. I mean, yes, I want you to have that too. But the main point is, and I speak over you, that everyone that listens to this, you guys become changed. This podcast is that you don't just listen to it, you take this information in and then you start applying it to your life. It's the application. I can read a book about boxing, but it's not until I actually train and learn how to box and get in there and spar, that's when I become better at boxing. It's the application. Again, it's the small that turns into the big. It's not about taking big, huge, giant steps. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to run 25 miles. No, take a baby step. Take a baby step. Take even smaller than that. And once you see that progress, you're going to want more. It's addicting. The most addicting drug in the world is progress. I promise you. I promise you. It's the most addicting drug. Listen, if you're going to be addicted to anything, be addicted to progress. To becoming a better version of yourself. It's the most addicting drug in the world is to see progress in your joy and in your peace, in your happiness, in your understanding about life, and to see progress in the people, places, and things that are around you. Be addicted to that. All right? So, yes, this is an amazing new week, guys. Life is so good. It's the application. I can read about something, I can hear about it, but it's the moment that I start doing it, that's when things change. That's when things change. What do I want to talk about for today? I guess for today, what I want to talk about is life is like a movie, guys. What I'm realizing is that life is like this incredible movie. That's what I want to talk about for today. Life is like this movie. I watch the Avengers and Marvel comics, and people have these superpowers, and then the Matrix, and Lord of the Rings, and it's the hero's journey of, for instance, Frodo, as I talked about in one of the podcasts. Frodo, he lives in the Shire, and he gets this ring from the Gandalf, and he's like, okay, you have to take this ring into Mordor, and he goes through this incredible, fantastic journey with lions, tigers, dragons, snakes, bears, and he finally makes it, and he becomes the hero. You look at the Marvel superheroes, Iron Man, and he goes through this journey and becomes a hero. You look at the Matrix with Neo, and he's like, wait a second, I'm the one, and Movies were created from us. Movies were created from us. It's like once you realize that this entire life that we're living in is, there's a spiritual element, then there's a physical element, right? And we know that the spiritual element, the element that we can't see, but we can feel, like your gut, right? We know the placebo effect is real. There's the placebo effect when you believe something good is going to happen and it does. Then there's the nocebo effect. You believe something not good is going to happen and it does. So we know that there's this powerful aspect of the mind, that the mind can create anything. We know that. I'll give you an example. I've said this before multiple times. My wisdom tooth was hurting and it was coming in. And was I still in university at this time? Maybe I graduated. Yeah, I think I graduated at that time. And the person that I was dating at that time was in dental school. And I called her and I said, my tooth is coming in. I looked into the mirror and I can see this tooth coming in. And she said, I can't do nothing about this. You got to go see a dentist. So I called my family dentist, went down there, said, hey guys, listen, my wisdom tooth is coming in. And I can actually see it, right? So I go down there and they take an x-ray and they say, Dan, so there's no tooth. And the pain went away. It was in my mind. I believed it so strongly. I even saw the tooth coming through my gum. I wasn't smoking anything or drinking anything. The mind, as soon as they said it's gone, not it's gone, but they said that there's no tooth, pain went away. The mind. So we know how powerful the mind is. There's a spiritual realm to life that we don't talk about. We only talk about this physical realm. We only talk about, okay, go to school, get a good paying job, learn the Pythagorean theorem, parallelogram, but we don't talk about what changes the reality and the physical realm. We don't talk about that aspect, but we praise the people who use it. We look at like the Lakers with Phil Jackson, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal back in the day, and Phil Jackson, what made Phil Jackson such a great coach is that he knew the power of the mind, and he would have his team meditate. Kobe still meditated. When he was still here, Kobe was meditating. The power of the mind. You look at a lot of people who are high performing, they visualize. If you listen to some of the UFC fighters, they're like, yeah, I visualize myself knocking them out. I visualize myself in certain positions. Like, they're using the power of the mind, this spiritual realm that we're not taught in schools, but it affects every area of your life. We live in a physical and a spiritual realm, and what happens in the spiritual realm affects the physical. And I'm not talking religion. Once we realize that, wait a second, I can change my outer world by changing my inner world, life changes. Once you realize that, wait a second, I have inherent gifts inside of me. I have inherent gifts to share, that once I start to share these gifts, it's going to look like it's a miracle. Like, how are you doing what you're doing? It's because I've been able to tap into the power that's already in all of us. You can walk down and be a superhero. I'm not saying you get up and you start flying, but I'm saying you do things that make people say, wow. Because you tap into this beauty. You tap into the beauty of you. We're all put here with a God-given purpose, with beautiful inherent gifts that sometimes growing up, people may have said, oh, you have too much. Like, I have an extreme personality, and it could be used for good or for bad. Like, that's a superpower to me, but it could be bad when I'm not doing the right thing. Like, I can just go down a rabbit hole on the opposite. As much as I go down this rabbit hole and I'm all the way for fulfilling my God-given purpose, I can do something else. That's why I was so good in fighting, is because I went down the rabbit hole. And I was just doing more than the average person doing it. I was all the way in. I wanted everything. Like my first jiu-jitsu match, the guy was better than me. He had more skills than me. I was just foaming at the mouth. And when the guy said, okay, it's on, I just jumped on him, man, and I knew 4 moves. I said, okay, let me keep it simple. Let me just really hit these 4 moves. I would train with a brown belt at that time. He was an older gentleman. He took a liking to me, and he saw how hungry I was to learn. And after jiu-jitsu class, I'd ask him a few questions. Okay, when I'm in this position, what do I do? And all those things helped when I had that first match. I lost my second. But the point that I'm making is that the guy was more skilled than me, but I was hungry. I was just, and I was just on the guy, right? And so the point that I'm making is that we're all given these amazing gifts. And once we start tapping into this amazing, bountiful abundance that we have, we can turn heaven into earth. As I said before, guys, when a man that's purpose-driven, truly purpose-driven, I'm not saying just they talk about it, when the most important thing in his life is to fulfill his God-given purpose, then he meets a woman. She's not just talking about it. Literally, the most important thing in her life is to fulfill her God-given purpose. They bring heaven to earth. They bring heaven to earth. It's like Neo meets Trinity, and sparks fly. But I digress. The point that I was making earlier was that, yes, I have this extreme personality, but when you harness it, it can be a superpower. Some people may say, oh my goodness, I have so much energy and I'm always here, I'm here, there, I'm here and I'm there, but once they harness that energy that other people may say is bad. I just had a meetup just the other day, and one of the people in the meetup, they were saying, yes, I've had this energy, and people growing up made fun of me about it, and I thought it was a detriment. But I'm realizing now, when I harness this energy, it's a gift. It's a superpower, so to speak. So the things that you may have been embarrassed about growing up, or you weren't praised with growing up, it was a gift a lot of times. But the point that I'm making is we all have gifts. These beautiful abilities. But once we actually elevate our character and learn how to harness this gift, and as we go down this beautiful rabbit hole of doing the inner and the outer work, you're going to start seeing your beautiful gifts. And your gift will be different than this person's gift. Everyone has these amazing, beautiful, unique gifts that only you were put here to share and to bring your version of light into this world. Like a superhero. You were put here to share an amazing gift to heal the world. To heal the people that you were put here to serve. You are a gift. As you go down this rabbit hole, and if you've been on this journey with me this year of giving the world and the people that you were put here to serve the most healed and greatest version of you, I know that you've been making progress in that. Making progress. And guys, it's a journey. Like, there's no condemnation of, oh, I fell off. It's a journey. It's a journey. Have patience with yourself. Have patience with the process. But I promise you, the work works as you work it. But we have this amazing, beautiful, God-given, superhuman ability. Listen, The Matrix was a documentary, guys. It was a documentary. We're all human portals. And if your North Star isn't fulfilling your God-given purpose, I promise you this, an Agent Smith could use you to do the opposite of good. Why am I doing that? Some people choose that on purpose, but it never works out. And whenever they meet someone who's actually unplugged from the matrix, they fall every single time. The Matrix was a documentary, guys. I know for some people this may sound insane, but to the people that understand what I'm saying, this resonates with you. It's a documentary. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about this. Love Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's probably one of my favorite people that I listen to now. If you haven't listened to any of Dr. Bruce Lipton's teachings, listen to any of his talks, very informative. I mean, just extremely informative, valuable information that will be enriching, I guarantee it. Dr. Bruce Lipton. But he talks about this as well. I'm not just making this up. You know, he's not the only one that talks about this. When you understand, as you elevate, you start seeing life for what it really is. And you don't just look at the physical anymore. You start looking at behind it. Is this place, person, thing, are they a vibrational match? Yeah, it may look good, but is it a vibrational match? Because if it's not, I promise you, it could be damaging. And as you grow, you start seeing things that you never really saw. You know, and sometimes God may blind you to certain situations so you can learn the lesson that you were put here to learn to take you to that next level. Everything is ordained. Listen, there are no coincidences in this lifetime. None, no coincidence. Everything is there to get your attention, to guide you home. Listen, this beautiful human experience as spiritual beings, we are guided. We are guided. Just like Frodo and the Marvel, the Avengers, there's a purpose for them to be there. Neo, there's a purpose for him to be here to help share more and spread more love into the world. There's a purpose for you to be here to do that exact same thing. Share more love into the world. But you got to go through this journey that other people, so many people are scared to do. They're scared to do it. Oh, I know I should start. But listen, what did I listen to? It was Eddie Murphy. He had a clip I was watching on TikTok or Instagram, wherever it was. He said, everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Everyone knows. It's just, are you going to do it? Everyone knows what they're supposed to do. You can talk to anyone. Someone could be a doctor or an engineer. And I'm like, okay, what did you really want to do? I teach, so I talk to these people on a daily basis. The majority of them are not doing what they really, really wanted to do. What did you really want? Jim Carrey says it. He says, I'm sure you've heard it. He says, yeah, my dad wanted to be, I think, a comedian, maybe, or an actor, maybe, something like that. But he didn't do it, and he took the safe route, and he failed at that. I remember he said he got laid off. I may be butchering the story. But he said, listen, if you can fail at what you really don't want, so why not go after what you really do want? My point is, you know what you were put here to do. You know what you were put here to do. And if you don't go after it, for whatever the reason, fear or what, you will never find that peace and joy. You will never take that ring and take it to Mordor like Frodo. You will never share and spread the love that you were put here to share with the world and with the people that you were put here to serve. You will never do it if you never get out of the way of yourself. If you never get out of your way and start taking that beautiful, long, fantastic journey, that beautiful hero's journey. to be everything that you were put here to be. You have superhero ability in you. But you got to go down that road that a lot of people are scared to go down. Down that road, you got to face yourself, face certain fears, certain traumas. You got to face it. It's not for the faint and weak of heart. But I promise you, living a life that you hate, that's a lot more to face than going down that beautiful rabbit hole and facing you and conquering it. Was it hard for Frodo to go down through that journey? Almost died. But he would have been dead if he didn't. But he didn't die because he's guided. Neo, was it difficult? Some people died. He did not die because he's guided. He's guided. Many are called, few are chosen. When you decide to say, okay, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. I'm not talking religion. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about that Holy Spirit that's in each and every one of us. When you say, okay, I'm going to live for you and nothing else. This is the most important thing in my life. I promise you, you will become unstoppable. You will find that cape and start finding your superhuman abilities and start healing people with your gift. We all have these unique, beautiful, beautiful gifts to share. And you're going to go down this road, this path that other people may say, what is he doing? What is she doing? This is crazy. Why are you doing this? This is going to be difficult. This is a good paying job. You don't want to stay here? No, I'll stay here as long as I'm supposed to while I'm building my kingdom, while I'm building the kingdom that I was put here to build. Or, no, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm going to go down this route. That's really difficult. You know, a lot of people haven't done that. Okay, great. That's why most people never fulfill their purpose. And most people are never happy. Most people still live in this prison of life. Once you realize that if you don't go down that rabbit hole of fulfilling your purpose, you're in a prison. Now, you may have a nice view of the water, as I've talked about. Got your weekends off, 20-day vacations, got your cabin, but you're not happy. You're not happy. You complain about other people. Oh, look at them flying in those planes and, complain about the government because you feel stuck when you're not stuck. You have superhuman ability in you, but you haven't answered the call. Staying in prison. Guys, there's only two options in life. Either you choose the heart of what you really want, or you choose the heart of regret. Yes, it's scary going down that journey. Every movie of the Avengers, they had these fantastical fights. It was death-defying. But in the end, they won. Love always wins. Love conquers evil every single time. And if they didn't fight, evil would have won. You're put here to do your part, to fight and win and put more love into the world. You were put here to put your cape on. Go out into this jungle with the lions, tigers, bears, snakes, dragons. I know it's scary, but I promise you, you're going to win. You're divinely guided, protected. Will it be daunting? Will it be challenging? Will it be death-defying at times? It'll be all of these things, guys. It's the most wild ride in the world, but I promise you that ride is there for you. That ride is to take you to another level, and each journey, each hurdle that you hop over, I promise you, it's going to unlock more of your supernatural ability. And each road that you go down and each wine that you go past, you're going to keep going. You're going to keep growing, guys. And you're going to it multiplies the amount of love and blessings and inspiration that you pour into the world as you have the courage that's already in you to go down that road of giving the world the most healed and greatest version of you on purpose. There's nothing like it. Those superhero movies, those based on us. We inspired those movies because there's a superhero in you. I know that may sound corny to some people, but there is a superhero in you. I'm going to say it anyways. There's a superhero in you. All right? There's a Frodo in you. That sounds even more cornier. All right? I may delete that. But yeah, guys, listen, man, you have a gift in you. You have so many gifts that some of you may be aware of, some may not be aware of, but I'm here. That's why, listen, I'm here to tell you that you have gifts in you. But you have two options. Take the easy route, easy now, devastating later. Or go down the other route, put on that cape, hard now, heaven later. Two options. One option brings a promise. And if you're watching this, I know what you choose. So, this week, guys, let's have an amazing week. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's take that journey. Let's take that ring to Mordor. Right? Let's be the Neo. Let's be the change that we want to see. Use the courage that's already in you to write your journey, to write your script, to write your movie, to write your hero's journey. And I promise you, you'll inspire so many people in the process. So this week, guys, set your schedule, set it and hit it like the quality of your life depends on it, because ladies and gentlemen, it does. I see you, I believe in you. I may not know you, but I know what's inside you. I know exactly what's inside you. There's a spiritual and a physical realm to life. And once you go down this beautiful rabbit hole, I promise you, you'll tap into the beauty and the power of you. Have an incredible week, guys. Motivation Mondays.